In this video, we'll be looking at movie conspiracy theories that will shatter your reality.
What if I told you the Titanic never sank?
What?
So the owner of the boat, JP Morgan, actually had two boats. He had the Titanic and he had the Olympic. And the Olympic was a little bit older and a little bit more run down, and it was also in some accident.
Okay.
So the theory is that JP Morgan sank the boat on purpose because he knew he would get a lot of money.
What?
He did it for the insurance money, right? But why sink the newly built Titanic when you could scratch off the paint, swap the names, and sink the Olympic instead?
He just painted the word Titanic over the Olympic?
It gets worse. Guess who was on that boat?
Who? I know there's a lot of people on the boat.
All of JP Morgan's business competitors.
What?
And not one of them made it out.
Oh my god.
But guess who wasn't on the boat?
Who?
JP Morgan.
Was he supposed to be?
He canceled minutes before it left.
Because he knew it was gonna sink.
And there was a guy named James Fenton, right, who survived and worked on the boat. And on his deathbed, his last words were, "The Titanic never sank. It was the Olympic."
Wait, what?
And he said that if he said anything, something bad would happen to him.
So what you're trying to say is the movie Titanic's actually called the Olympic.
Exactly.
Y'all like that movie, The Olympic?
Scary Disney movie theories. Let's take a look at Finding Nemo. Theory goes that Nemo is
Finding Nemo? I would have never thought Finding Nemo to be a scary movie, but let's find out.
actually dead. Sadly, he didn't survive the attack at the beginning of the film. The whole movie is actually about a father trying to come to terms with the death of his wife and kids. As a result, Nemo is a figment of Marlin's imagination. The whole movie is Marlin searching for his son that doesn't exist. He invented Nemo as a coping mechanism. In fact, Nemo in Latin means nobody or nothing. So the title of the movie translates to Finding Nobody. That's because Nemo isn't real. Like and follow for more content like this.
Yo, but hold on. What about the little girl at the dentist's office that was shaking her bag and tried to flush him down? How do you explain that then? They got some explaining to do with that one, man.
Theory on Marvel's Eternals will shock you. So the biggest question everyone's been asking is that if the Eternals are a group of immortal superheroes, where have they been this entire time? And this theory explains that. So this is Sprite, the youngest member of the team, and she has the ability to create illusions and manipulate reality. My theory is that something happens and the Eternals agree to go into hiding, so Sprite wipes everyone's memory and they all go and lead normal lives. That's why we see them in regular clothes, living regular lives around the world. However, because of the snaps between Infinity War and Endgame, so much cosmic energy was generated that it broke the enchantment. So now the Eternals are remembering their past lives as superheroes, and because the Avengers aren't really around anymore, they're gonna rise to the occasion to protect Earth.
That's a good theory right there.
Crazy movie fan theories that are probably real, part 3. The Joker may be one of the most notable villains in all of movie history. And he's also one of the most mysterious, as not many people know his real background. Well, one fan theory might explain the Joker's very mysterious background. This fan theory suggests that the Joker was an ex-military intelligence officer. So let's break down the minute details you might have missed. The most obvious one, the Joker knew the proper burial movements for the military when disguised as a military officer. He even alludes to war in the Middle East. And not only that, but every single time he gets interrogated by Batman or anybody else, he is completely unfazed every time. Like he was trained to handle it. Crazy movie fan theories that are probably real, part 2. The Wizard of Oz is one of the most popular movies of all time, and to this day is still liked by many people. And for the most part, it's a pretty straightforward movie, except for the fact that Dorothy has a little secret that not many people know. Dorothy's time in Oz wasn't actually a dream, but an alternate reality. Why, you may ask? Well, every major character that Dorothy meets in Oz has a counterpart in Kansas. And Dorothy herself also has a parallel counterpart in this alternate reality. And it's none other than the Wicked Witch of the East. Just think about it for a second, we never get to see the face of the Wicked Witch of the East. And Dorothy wears the same shoe size as the Wicked Witch of the East. Coincidence? I think not.
Dark Disney Theories Too Real to Ignore, Part 2. For this one, let's take a look at Monsters, Inc. Theory goes that Sully is now dead. So in Monsters, Inc., Randall always...
Yo, what's up with all these scary Disney theories, man? What, they trying to ruin your childhood?
mentions how bad humans are. At one point, he says that humans skin monsters and make toilet seat covers out of their fur. Sadly, this foreshadowed the fate of our friend Sully. In a Toy Story short, there's a scene where a kid is taking a bubble bath, And lo and behold, on the toilet seat in the bathroom is a fuzzy, Sully seat cover.
Oh,
So
man.
Randall was right. Humans do skin the monsters and turn them into toilet seat covers. Poor Sully. Like and follow for more videos like
These
this.
Disney writers is genius.
Hey, take a look.
Y'all think 22 is Riley?
And there she was.
So wait. Like, the only issue I have with this one, right, is that 22 was a soul, right? And the soul is supposed to go into a body. Isn't Riley just a personality? A piece of the soul? I don't know about this one, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
Riley.
These are some crazy fan theories about your favorite movies that might make you see them completely different. Part 1. You remember the movie Home Alone, where one kid set a bunch of elaborate traps for some of his home invaders that made for one great slapstick comedy? What do you think happened to him once he grew up? Because one fan theory has him doing something completely insane. Now, to be able to pull off the pranks and tricks this kid did, you gotta be built a little bit different. So what if when he grows up, he becomes a serial killer, and that serial killer is none other than Jigsaw from the Saw movies, who sets elaborate traps and games, just with a little bit more of a deadly ending? I mean, come on, this makes a lot of sense. The Home Alone kid ends up becoming a serial killer. If you like this fan theory, hit that like and follow button, and wait for part 2.
TV show fan theories. Curious George only liked him because he looked like a banana. Honestly, I 100% believe it. Here's a monkey. He's wearing yellow with a hat that looks like a banana. Riverdale doesn't exist. It's just Jughead writing a story. Honestly, the first 2 seasons were good. Then it just kind of went whoop downhill. This would kind of make sense on how all these things just started happening after season 2. In Mean Girls, Regina George did die, but Caddy acts like she didn't out of guilt. That's why Regina was wherever Caddy went, and no one clapped when she catches her piece of tiara. At the end of WALL-E, the globe looks very different. It could be to show the soon effects of global warming. Global warming is real, and this is gonna happen to us one day, if we don't do something about it. Jack from Titanic was a time traveler. Okay, this one just doesn't make sense, I'm sorry. Moana actually died in the thunderstorm. It could explain why she only meets gods and mystical creatures for the rest of the film. Oh, damn.
So we all know Nuka from Lion King too. But I have a theory about this scrawny fella. See, Nuka's mane doesn't fit with the type of small-maned lions, as small-maned lions will still have a substantial amount of hair growing entirely around the head. Nuka's mane is closer to that of an adolescent, but by the time Kovu's already grown up, Nuka's mane hasn't changed at all. Meaning that this is as full as his mane is going to get. However, there is something very familiar about his mane. Lionesses have been known to spontaneously grow manes or patches of manes, and in fact, like this one here, can sometimes grow full manes. When this happens, they'll often begin acting like male lions. On top of that, even with as skinny as he is, you can tell he does not have the standard lion shape. As comparing him to Kovu or Simba, his hips drop down more, which is much closer to a lioness in nature. Even art of a healthy Nuka has this drop, so Nuka might be intersex or a maned lioness, as he displays the physical characteristics of both.
Know about that, y'all. They be going crazy with all these movie theories, right? Like, it's just so many of them to break down. You know what I'm saying? Like, the rabbit hole is crazy. But yeah, guys, these are some of the most crazy movie conspiracy theory TikToks. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe and turn the notification bell on. And until next time, YouTube, peace.